only outfit in the country that is immune. Imagine had the tobacco industry been immune to prostitution being sued. Come on. We're the only outfit in the country that is immune. Imagine had the tobacco industry been immune to prostitution being I'm deeply proud of the work she's doing as First Lady with Joining Forces Initiative. She started with Michelle Obama when she was Vice President and now carries on.
So once
I'm on the blue marker, huh?
Yeah, the blue, and now
You gotta take order.
you're cute. Oh.
Thank you, Boris. I'm encouraged not just because of the solid meeting with the Republican leader in the House, out of a fast food restaurant, so their children could use the internet to get their homework done. This is the United States of America, for God's sake.
What could make you happier than this ad being over?
Our next story is about Joe Biden, the President of the United States, and a self-proclaimed gaffe machine. In 2018, Biden confessed that he is prone to gaffes. 4 years on, he's only living up to what he said. At a recent event in North Carolina, he appeared to be shaking hands with no one. Quite literally, he turned around after his speech and shook hands with thin air. The gaffe has opened a can of worms. American citizens are saying their president needs help. Here's a report.
Joe Biden is a gaffe machine. We're not saying this. The US president himself admitted this in 2018. Announcing his bid for the 2020 presidential race, he himself acknowledged his gaffe-prone nature, but stressed that he's the most qualified person to run the country. Not sure about whether he's lived up to the promise, but his gaffes have certainly not ended. At a recent gathering in North Carolina, the 79-year-old US president delivered an arousing speech and then turned around to shake hands with thin air. Watch how. The video has since gone viral. Twitter users are having a field day. Some say he was shaking hands with his voter base. Others say it was John Cena. In And yet others are pointing out how this wasn't the first time. How the US president has on numerous occasions shaken hands with absolutely no one. The handshake gaffe is certainly chucklesome, but it's just one among many, from slips of tongue to falling asleep to abusing on mic. Biden has done it all. At last year's COP26 climate summit, Biden fell asleep for more than 30 seconds. He was then woken by a staff member and then proceeded to applaud as if he listened to the entire speech. This was last year. Biden was caught on a hot mic, cursing a Fox News reporter at a White House event. On another occasion, he called Kamala Harris the president instead of vice president. On yet another occasion, he called her the first lady.
He's on the stage because the first lady's husband.
Sometimes he gets confused, trying to find his way off the stage. Embarrassing or not, Biden's gaffes help him stay in the headlines more than his actual policies ever do. Bureau Report, Wion, World is One.
Wion now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.
News October.
Shalom, give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles for the edification and knowledge. And the Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahshua put in the spirit of the elders and apostles so we become edified regarding knowing the truth and knowledge, learning the truth and knowledge. Call all Yahweh Shem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash. Give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash. And relating to awkward gaffes or misspokes by President Biden, related to Wion and Sky Australia report and Wion report videos. Mockery. A teasing or contemptuous language or behavior directed at a particular person or thing. Ridicule, derision, which is mockery, jeering, sneering, contempt. Teasing, taunting, sarcasm, jibbing, chafing, scoffing, kidding, joshing. An absurd misrepresentation or imitation of something. After a mockery of a trial in London, he was executed. Travesty, charade, farce, parody, and laughing stock. So, ludicrously futile action, man. So other countries, for example, when they look from the outside looking in, they're laughing at this, man. You know, so there's some within, internally and externally, man. They laughing at this stuff. You know, it might seem funny, but it's not from a collective, man. But so other countries viewing this, they laughing at this, man. They looking at it as mockery or laughing or gazing stock, man. Let's get some scriptures. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 27 and 28. Mockery and reproach are from the proud, which is the wicked, but the vengeance as a lion shall lie in wait for them, man. That's that judgment, man. Read it again. The mockery and reproach are from the proud, the wicked, but the vengeance as a lion shall lie in wait for him. Ultimately, that lion is Yahweh Bashim Yasham, man. They that rejoice at the fall of the righteous shall be taken in the snare. So they're going to be taken by their own traps that they lay, man. The ones they set for the righteous is going to be upon them. And anguish shall consume them before they die, man. So they're going to go through pain and different types of trials and tribulations, man. Job 30. Now those younger than I mock me, younger than me, those base of a nation, man, whose fathers I disdain and put with the dogs of my flock. That's that base of nation, man. You know, that base of people, man. (17:2). Surely mockers are with me, and my eyes gaze on their provocation. So they're mocking regarding mocking on the righteous, man. 21:3. Bear with me that I may speak. Then after I have spoken, you may mock. So it's showing contempt and mockery, man. Reproach, man. Psalms 80:6. You make us as an object of contention to our neighbors. Our nation, those neighbors are the other nations, man. This relates to Israel, man. And our enemies are laughing among themselves, man. So they're laughing at relating to the state and condition they are, man. They were once kings and princes, but now they made to be servants. They were once kings and princes made to be servants, man. Folly sat in great dignity, rich sit in a low place. So the rich sit in a low place, which is the Israelites, man. Because their transgressions ultimately allow them to, because their continuous transgressions that put them in a lower state. Folly sat in a great dignity, the rich sit in a low place. They were once kings and princes, which were Israelites, but now they made to be servants. So then they're downtrodden, and they made to be servants, man. And they under the subjection of these other nations, man, which are made to rule over them, man. So that's that form of mockery. So a mockery and reproach, Psalms 80:6. You make us an object of contention to our neighbors. Our enemies laughing among themselves. So the enemies are laughing. They mocking. They laughing. So the nation of Israel, they are gazing stock to them, man, because they see the condition they're in, man. Lamentations 3:14. I have become a laughing stock to all my people. They're mocking, sing all day long. So that's that gazing stuff, that reproach, man. They're mocking, man. Deuteronomy 28:37 talk about thou shalt become a proverb and a byword among all the nations. So you're going to become, that's that form of mockery, man. So all these nations are laughing, man. But that's part of the punishment. That's part of the curses. And that's part of because of their transgressions, man. Now take it back to that video, man. All these other nations around the world, they're laughing at that, man. Relating to the president here, man. They're laughing at that. They're mocking that, man. These other nations, Russia and all these other nations, when they see that, man. Proverbs 3:34. Though he scoff at the scoffers, yet he give grace to the afflicted, which is the righteous man. This is just something short, a few scriptures relating to Proverbs 24:9. I'll read 14:9 too. Devising of folly is a sin, which is transgression. Sin is the transgression of the law. And the scuffer is an abomination to men. Scuffer, that's that mocker, man. Fools mock at sin. The foolish mock at sin, man. They think it's no big deal. They even celebrate it, man. But among the upright, there is goodwill, man. So that's the righteous. (17:5). He who mocks the poor taunts his maker. Maker is who? Yahweh Bashim Yashah. And ultimately it's going to come back on them where they're going to be mocked. Scripture talk about they're going to be mocked at their calamity. You know what I mean? The Lord's going to mock them in their time of calamity, man, related to the wicked, man. Read that again. Proverbs 17:5. He who mocks the poor taunts his maker. He who rejoices at calamity will not go and punish him. So that when the wicked rejoice and seeing the downfall and calamity upon the righteous, it's not going to go undone, man. They're going to get punished. They're going to be punished for that. It's going to come back on them like that snare that they set. They're going to fall in that trap, man. That snare of judgment, man. There's just a few scriptures relating to reproach. Scoffing, mocking, and reproach. Let's go to last one. I won't make this too long. Do not be deceived. Yahweh is not mocked. Do not be deceived. Yahweh is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, this he also reaps. So whatever somebody put into it, that's what they're gonna get out of it, man. That's what they're gonna get out of it. You know? So whatever you put into it, that's what they're gonna get out of it, whether good or bad, man. The Lord is not going to be mocked, you know what I mean? For whatever a man sows, that he also shall reap, man. So pretty much wherever you put into and do, it's going to come back to you, whether good or bad. This is something short. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yashah Bashim Rakakadash. Hope this helps in some way. This is Brother Zayal. Shalom. Thanks.